Um, Good day. One of the questions I'm going to answer now is I want to start a business. What entity should I choose? What legal structure should I have? That's what we call LLCs, sole proprietorships, S corps, C corps, PLLC. That's what I have, a professional limited liability company. There's so many options out there. They've all been very popular at different times in the United States. I've actually given a 3-hour lecture at NNU about this topic for Meta, the Micro Enterprise Training Assistance Program in the Women's Business Center. We talk about taxation issues, management issues. Taxation can occur both in the entity, so the legal structure, and in your private income. Management is key. Who's going to be running the company? Is it going to be shareholders, a board of directors? Is it going to be members? So really, you have to have a conversation with an attorney about this, or try to find as much information as you can online about, the taxes, the structure, who's going to be making decisions within the business. How much does that cost in order to manage a business? A lot of people think they have to have a C Corp or an LLC. C Corps are very expensive to run. You have to have meetings. You have to have a board of directors. You have to issue shares. Capital contributions, keeping those books in either an LLC or a partnership can be very difficult. Why are you starting this business? What type of business is it? How large of liabilities do you have out there? Do you manufacture food? Could someone get sick from your product? Can somebody die from your product? So those are all factors to consider. What type of funding are you going to be getting? If you're going to deal with a bank's just not going to give any business $1 million who doesn't have any assets, who hasn't had a proven track record. It's not going to happen. So instead, they want someone to personally guarantee those loans. You have to put your house on the line, vehicles sometimes on the line. So funding and money, how are you going to make withdrawals of cash out of the business? Are you going to have dividends? Are you going to pay dividends or distributions? So there are actually a lot of factors that go into deciding which legal entity you should choose. It's very difficult to have some blanket statement, which is why there's so many entities. And once you select one, like an LLC, you can make an S Corp election even under the IRS. So there are entities within entities. It gets very confusing. I wish I could give you a good answer on this is the best entity, do it, but you can't. It's very difficult. You can Google it. You can try to find the entity that you think works best for you, but that is no guarantee. I don't actually even like that option because you'll find kind of the same information from website to website, and a lot of it isn't quality information. So it's good. It takes about half an hour, 45 minutes to come in, talk to a lawyer about it. That's what you should expect to be charged by an attorney to come in and figure this out. But here in Boise, you can actually walk down to the Secretary of State's office. Online, I've seen people bill anything from $100, or well, it's never $100. It's $150 to maybe $300 to do a name check and to incorporate an LLC. There is a fee in the state of Idaho that's around $100 to incorporate an LLC. It's actually not incorporate. You get the articles of organization. It's an unincorporated entity, as opposed to a C Corp and an S Corp, which are both actual corporations. The others aren't. But it costs about $100. They'll charge you that fee online, plus In order to get it registered with the state, they'll charge you an additional $200 or something. I don't recommend those because it's a waste of money. You can walk down to the Secretary of State's office and fill out the forms and do a name check yourself, and get that filled out. But one thing it does ask you for is an agent on the Articles of Organization for an LLC. If you go to an attorney, usually they'll volunteer to be your agent, a registered agent. So if you do get sued, instead of a service processor stopping by your house and serving you, instead, you can just designate an attorney to accept service on your behalf. And so they go by the attorney's office and they get served instead of you. So that's nice. That's good. Plus, you have to do some other paperwork annually, but we can talk about that in another episode. Thank you.